People have told me a lot in the last several years. People close to me have told me that I need therapy, and then those who've met me in certain stages have noticed that they're like, you need to talk to somebody? All the time, guys, all the time. And that is actually like something I'll touch on right now from an astrological point of view. In astrology, and if you want to dive more deeply into astrology with me, I'll give you the basics. I'll get you started. I'm not going to profess to be the best astrologer on the planet, but I will say that I've studied independently and sought after some of the most, I guess you could say, the most passionate teachers there are on YouTube. I've learned through their channels, and I've gone to some of their trainings or taken readings from them and stuff like that. And in your chart, you'll have elements. Deborah Silverman specifically talks about the elements in your chart. And the thing is like my chart is air deficient. So the thing from a younger age, which would have been very smart for my parents to do, was not only socialize me, but also make sure I was highly educated. I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying my chart is a reflection of my elements. This is if you're taking astrology with a grain of salt. You take it with a grain of salt, and work through your difficulties, but you also take it serious, in my point of view, because I can open up somebody's chart and immediately start reading them, and they'll say, yeah, this is accurate. Like what you're saying is accurate. And I'm not trying to be cocky or anything like that. I'm just trying to make myself useful. I'm trying to help people the way I've helped myself. I found it unbeknownst to me because I used to be super Christian, super like, stuff like this, talking like this would be like I'm going to hell type stuff, thinking that way. But I used it as, I guess, I don't know if you'd say a psychological tool or a career tool or whatever it was I needed to guide my life at the time when I most needed it, and when I was like in need of direction and things were changing and shifting dramatically. And yeah, it just ended up working. So I ended up studying it more, understanding it more. And then eventually I was like, well, shouldn't I be sitting down and helping other people sort this out? Because I've got it sorted to a certain point where I can only have so many conversations in my own head about this and be like, oh, wow, well, I get it now. That's like trying to say, like, I mastered yoga. You'll never master any topic. You'll only dive deeper in the deeper layers of it. So as I'm reflecting right now, I think about how air was deficient in my chart. So networking, socializing, not just socializing in a BS type of way, but networking, getting higher education, communicating. These are things that I was deficient in from a young age and even into adulthood. And so for some people who are the life of the party or who are excellent at organizing events, who are masterminds, who run companies and stuff like that, air is not a problem in their chart. And this is why, like, I would love to delve into this with somebody who wants to get a chart reading, which my first 3 people get it for $20 rather than $40, because that's where we're just going to start, okay? But if you know where your strongest point is in your chart or your deficiency, you know how to work with it. You know how to come up with a strategy and a game plan, or you could just learn to have more compassion on yourself. And for me, air being deficient, I said it to somebody today. I was like, I used to get in trouble for going to coffee shops. Like if I wanted to go to a coffee shop, I would get in trouble for it. If I wanted to socialize outside of the house, I would get in trouble for it. If I wanted to have sleepovers, I would get in trouble for it. I was disciplined from, the time I could get disciplined, and missed out on a lot of opportunities to just grow as a young human being because there's too much control in the household that I grew up with, which it shows that in my chart. So the thing is that the reason why I brought this up was because as I try to reach out and I try to, connect, then I have to see, I have to see where my points are, what my style of communication is. I have to see where I'm strong, where I'm weak. And I have to see like what's going to happen, with my career or my relationships and stuff like that based on this configuration of like who I am. And there'd be a lot of other people out there who have other systems of saying, yeah, Brittany, that's your personality. That's who you are. That's what we see also in our system of psychology. Because I do think that astrology is a type of psychology. And so, yeah, it's definitely can help you get into the nitty gritty parts of your deep down psyche and like who you are, like what the story of your life says. I'm not trying to predict things for the future, but you can learn transits and you can learn timing of your life. And you can learn, when you learn those transits, you learn what to cope with. You learn what to, you can kind of see what's coming. So I wanted to bring this up. I also wanted to promote my astrology readings because it's kind of like I can put it off for so much longer, but then I can also just start jumping into it, and we can meet each other where we're at in life. But I just wanted to give you this perspective of the elements in your astrological birth chart, because you have earth, you have air, you have fire, and you have water. And again, I said you will know your strong points or your challenges and stuff like that and how you can work through them. And like I said, like today I had a bit of a healing, even as I spoke it out loud to some people here that I was basically networking with. I was trying to find dance class because I'm 37 years old and I was started off early, but then it wasn't encouraged for me to continue with it. And then as an adult, I just got out of it, and then I just got wrapped up in the whole bullshit of distractions and not really realizing, like, the older you get, it's on you to do things that you're passionate about. It's on you to cultivate your joy. And this world is going to try you, and this world is full of people who want to distract you and waste your time. And you could be that person doing it to yourself. But when you catch yourself and you're like, I want more joy in my life, I want to do something I really like, then it's on you to be like, be receptive to finding the answers. So that's what I was doing today. I was just being receptive to answers, and I ran into somebody who particularly likes the style of dance that I like. And I was like, all right, let's do this. And then, then we met another person. I was like, well, do you want to come to this thing? You know, one thing led to another. And part of the air element is cooperation. It's balance. It's communication. It is being, what's it called? Diplomatic. It is interacting. It's networking. If I didn't say communicating for the 10th time, it's communicating. Whether it's verbal, nonverbal, whatever the case is, that's the air element. It's our intellect. It is our learning. You know, it's our thinking, our critical thinking. So this is what I was reflecting on today. And this is kind of the healing I received from understanding astrology from the element perspective. So I want to share it with you because I just want to show you that I do use astrology in my own life to help myself, but also that I want to offer this as a, I guess you could say, like, teach you, offer it as a lesson, offer it as a tool that you can put in your tool bag of life and use it as a map for your life and what's going on, and help guide yourself, you know. And you never know, maybe you might help somebody else along the way, but you first got to start with yourself. Something my mom always has tried to instill in me, which I don't think either one of us even know what the hell we're talking about if we repeat it to ourselves. She said, you have to take care of yourself first before you take care of others. And again, I don't think either one of us quite understand that concept, but I digress. This is one thing that I have used to try to understand myself more and to help myself and to heal myself. So I'm going to bring that now to y'all. And like I said, the first 3 people that reach out to me and want to do astrology readings, you get them for $20. After that, it is $40. And if you're just totally financially challenged, then we'll do yogi donations. What is it called? Karma donations. Just pay what you can afford. So this is me, Brittany Travels the World. See you guys soon. Thank you for listening. Bye.